Very nice to see all of you back again. And as we had said in the earlier session, much of our experience of ourselves and of our lives and of the quality of our lives depends on the quality of our thinking, quality of our thoughts, because our thoughts are quite central, and thoughts are like the seeds of our feelings and our emotions and our attitude and our behavior also. And so I hope you had some time to reflect on this and to observe the quality of your thoughts, and also to kind of see where the thoughts come from. Maybe to get a glimpse into the different egos that are in the subconscious. Whether they have come, those thoughts were inspired by soul consciousness, or whether they come from body consciousness. And to learn to be gentle with the self, to not judge or condemn, but just observe and gently guide the thoughts in a different directions. Use the intellect, empower the intellect to guide your thoughts differently, to choose different decisions and different actions. And to see our life and to see our spiritual life as a journey. Of course, as a soul, as a spiritual being, we are all the time traveling and on a journey. But also to observe this time that you have and this lifetime specifically, to see the different opportunities that are there to grow, to learn, to bring out the best within, and to see the self as a student of life. And you have this wonderful instrument which is called mind. Use that instrument to make the best of it. And so we will do a bit longer meditation today to kind of get a grip on this ability to guide your thoughts, to consciously choose certain themes for your thoughts and stay with those themes. And it is all a matter of practice. You know, what you pay attention to, what you practice, that is what you become good at. And because we haven't paid attention much generally to our inner world and to the quality of our thoughts and to empowerment of the intellect, we are generally not so good at it. And that is why sometimes we feel we can't concentrate, or we can't focus, or we can't think things through. We are anxious or thinking too fast because we haven't paid attention. So part of this beautiful journey into spirituality is to give yourself that time and that opportunity to explore and experiment and observe your own inner world. And you could see every thought as like a basis for your words. Thoughts are the basis of your feelings and emotions. Thoughts are the basis of your actions. And thoughts also are the basis of the quality of your interactions. The basis of what you do, what you don't do, the basis of vibrations, and then also the basis of what ultimately will come back to you. And of course, we have said the thoughts come from the consciousness that we hold. And so the meditation practice is to remind ourselves of that soul consciousness, that soul awake state, that soul aware state, and to create thoughts from that space. So let us have some meditation. And as always, we keep the body comfortable. Let the breathing be natural and regular. And for these few moments, let us create that attitude of complete acceptance. Accept your life as it is, accept the body as it is, and the circumstances, and the world as it is. No need to fight with it in your thoughts. That won't make it change anyway. So let's just drop it. And become aware of the essence of who we truly are. And just familiarize your mind with this more introverted, internally oriented state of being. Whatever is out there is fine, but focus is on the spiritual being, the invisible observer. The one who is observing and experiencing the mind. The one who is observing and experiencing this body. The one who is like a visitor in this world. A visitor in this body. Sitting behind the eyes as if tiny star, using the eyes as windows. And this whole body you could see as a building. And the soul is the one inside the building. the living conscious being, immortal being, timeless, originally divine in nature. And we just try and see that contrast when thinking of the self as a mortal, physical, human, involved in the drama of human life, as opposed to the mindset of a spiritual, invisible being of light, visiting this physical realm, using the body as a costume to play the part. And I just try and get a feel of that contrast. One is a guest visiting, free. Traveling through the different scenes of the story of humanity, but free. The other one, the body conscious mindset, is tied to all the limitations of the limited identity. Just take a few moments to kind of grasp that contrast. And try and experience the difference in your feelings. The invisible observer positions the self beyond and almost as if outside of the box. Beyond. The whole physical world is like a box. And the real self, the being of light, is the silent observer. And now the silent observer withdraws the attention from the box. And focuses on that dimension beyond. That infinite expanse of light and of silence. That other dimension that is like a home. Beyond time, beyond sound, beyond change. Beyond matter. Just stillness. And sweet, sweet silence. And the soul, that tiny, living conscious light, immersed in that home of light, the soul world. No need to do anything. No pending tasks. Just be. Light. Free. Free from bondages, free from complicated and sticky attachments, just light. And try and get a taste of that sense of eternity. And that kind of playful innocence. Allow that innate goodness and beauty to emerge in this space of eternal security. This is the home of the family of spiritual beings, the home of souls, the home of the Supreme Parent. who is like an ocean of endless goodness and peace. And the soul world is as if infused with that atmosphere. Of welcome and belonging. Of home. Nothing to fear. Nothing ever can be lost. But also no one ever can be lost. All our souls and all our brothers. And more the mind is tuned into this invisible dimension, more we are aware that all are these tiny stars. Right here, right now. The scene in the physical world is going on, but at the invisible level are these royal, godlike, living stars. Beings of goodness and beings of peace. And as we gradually choose to approach again in our minds the physical dimension, becoming aware again of the body, of the sounds, of the lights, of the objects, and of the movements. We as if approach the theater. But we hold that awareness. Invisible living star, accompanied by the supreme star. And there are so many others also come to play. Play the part, use the costume of the body. play out the story of human life. But never forgetting the big picture and our existence at a subtle and invisible level. Om Shanti. On this theme of creating quality thoughts, of course, more there is the practice of meditation and deeper and more refined experiences that come. We will also more and more be aware of how our big challenges are in everyday life situations. And one is to withdraw ourselves and to experience the beyond. But another power that we can develop is to come into the physical and interact, use the body and interact with others without being pulled out of that higher awareness, without being deceived into making this big and making trivial situations big in our mind, as if they will last forever. Things pass, things come and they go. We should not get stuck. And one area where we definitely get stuck often is in human relationships. If we don't position ourselves from a place of fullness and interact with an attitude of giving, it is very easy to get stuck in expectations and desires. And one way that manifests is that we are so easily influenced by what others say and think, or what we think they think, and what we think they think of us. And we have created all these complicated constructs in our minds. And we just tangle ourselves up. And then we feel stressed and sometimes over nothing. And there is one nice story of Nasruddin who little bit illustrates these dynamics in how we can easily get influenced by the opinions of others. And so this story of Nasruddin, Nasruddin has a donkey and he decides to sell his donkey on the marketplace. And so he carries his grandson with him to go sell the donkey. But in the social, cultural context where Nasruddin lived, people live lots outdoors and people play games outdoor like chess games or certain board games on the corner street. And they are like philosophers of life. No? They tell each other the stories and the theories and the things what they did of in their day and during their life, and they give each other advice. Whether someone asked for advice or not, they give anyway. So those are certain cultures are like that. People outside play games and they give their opinion. So Nasruddin walks by with his donkey and with his grandson, and they come across a group of those game-playing philosophers. And they say to him, "Hey Nasruddin, what's wrong with you? You have a donkey and you are walking. We thought you were smarter than that. Why don't you sit on the donkey?" And Nasruddin thinks these people are smart. So he climbs on the donkey. Grandson walking, he's sitting comfortably on the donkey, going towards the marketplace. And they come across another corner, where street corner, and there is another group of people playing and giving their opinion on everything and anything and nothing. And they say, Nasruddin, what is wrong with you? What kind of grandfather are you? This poor grandson walking in the hot sun and you comfortably sitting on the donkey. What's going on? So Nasruddin says, these people are right. So he gets off the donkey, his grandson on the donkey, and they continue. Another corner, another group of philosophers and advisors, they say, what kind of grandfather are you? You're not teaching your grandson proper manners and respect for the elderly. Grandson sitting comfortably on the donkey and you have to walk in this hot sun. What is this? So Nasruddin again says, these people are clever and these people are right. So he also climbs on the donkey. So both he and his grandson on the donkey continue to the market. But there's one more corner before they reach the market. So another group of people giving their opinion. And they do, of course, even though you don't ask them. Hey Nasruddin, what is wrong with you? You're abusing this poor donkey. Both you sitting comfortably on the donkey and his belly, donkey's belly almost on the ground. What abuse is this? We thought you were a wise man and a holy man, but look what you're doing with animals. So then Nasruddin had enough. He gets off the donkey, grandson of the donkey, and he tells the grandson, you take the front legs of the donkey, I will take the hind legs of the donkey, and we'll carry the donkey to the marketplace. And the donkey making some noise, but they carry the donkey to the market. I like this story because this can be the story of our life. You do this, there will people who say, have their opinion. You do something else, there will others who will criticize. You do nothing, someone will say something also. You do something else, someone will say, whatever you do, people will always have things to say. Let us find out for ourselves where we want to go with our life, what our aim is, and just do that. You can listen to advice, but don't let your mind get into a spin because of what others think or say, because they're coming from their perspective. They most of the time acting from their limited perspective, and many times it's not even in your interest, but their own interest. You find out what is right, what to do with your life, what to do with your mind, what choices to make to create a higher quality of your life. And you will find that when you choose a spiritual path, when you choose to meditate, there will be many people who have all kinds of opinion about that. You choose what is right and go with that. Om Shanti. Good night.